All right, welcome back, everybody. This week it was my choice, and we're going over relatively new Wonka with Timothy Chalamet. Unfortunately, we do not have Zach this time due to scheduling conflicts and time constraints. But hopefully, we can get it back on fast at gunpoint, presumably. All right, so Wonka. This one is a pretty much direct prequel to the Gene Wilder original tale of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory that we all know and love and grew up with. And if you didn't, I'm sorry for your childhood.
Yeah, you're sorry for
This
my
one,
childhood.
this one was chock full of whimsy. The creativity and imagination that went into this movie was really cool to see, just from like the details perspective, the different kinds of chocolate that were put into it, the set design, the costumes. Those are all really fun. The plot was pretty predictable. It was a pretty run of the mill, kind of like family friendly prequel movie, I guess, with new guy in town. There's conflict. He makes a comeback. There's more conflict. He makes another comeback. There's biggest conflict. Kind of that process. So decently predictable plot, but no less fun. Timothy Chalamet did quite a good job. I was skeptical with how he was going to do in this role because he's just not Gene Wilder. I really enjoyed the references and little Easter eggs for how this movie ties into the Gene Wilder one. Um, it is a musical, and I love musicals, and Payson does not. So this will be interesting.
I don't mind them. I just don't like them
I
when they're all completely uh when it's
all
nothing
song,
but music. Yeah.
yeah. I think this one had a decently good balance between music and not music. Um, it had a good number of good songs and a good number of songs that just kind of were okay. The characters were fun. I really liked the villains. The main villain did a really good villain, and the two sidekick villains were just comedy relief. Keegan Michael Key was a fun little side villain, I guess, especially towards the end with the suit he had on. Overall, I quite enjoyed it. I'd give it a and it does has the ability to hit you hard at the end, especially if you have mommy issues. So I'd give it a good 8 out of 10.
Did you cry at the end? Is that what you're
A little bit, a little bit,
Wait,
just because it was really sweet.
are you trying to say you have mommy issues? I
No, no, no. I've
don't
got a wonderful mother. It was just very sweet.
Yeah, I think me and you will agree in a lot about this movie. A lot of the stuff that you already said that was good. I liked for the most part. I'll agree with you a lot on the music. There were some ones where I was like, that was good. Some of them I was like, you could have done better. The first song, especially, I it felt like there was a lot of CGI used for like lip movement and voice stuff.
Yep.
Um, and like visual wise. And so that one kind of threw me off. And most of the other ones were kind of just a lot of the other ones were mad, but the one that got me I think my favorite one has got to be the one where he's opening up the candy shop.
I mean, that's a direct like remake rendition of the original.
I figured as much. It was that good.
I
So,
think,
but
yeah,
he did a
my
good
my
job with
favorite.
it. Him and the old
Yeah,
guy,
no,
which
he got
I
some
would
pipes on
think,
him.
yeah, him and the old guy, which I would expect if Gene Wilder was still alive, Gene Wilder would have cameoed as that old guy. It makes sense for that character
Yeah,
what he would have been. So the whole time I'm seeing that scene,
that would have been
I'm
nice.
seeing Timothy Chalamet and what could have been Gene Wilder acting out in that scene, especially when they're both doing the
Yeah,
canes and all that stuff. So
yep.
that might just be me just seeing things that
No,
way.
that would have
But
been really nice.
I once I
I
saw
think
that, I was like,
my
I couldn't
favorite
unpicture that.
parts. Yep, 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 yep. I think my favorite parts overall of the movie was when they like had callbacks to the original, and they were just subtle and they were just small. But like the Oompa Loompa flute, or when they throw in sound bites from the original soundtrack, I was like, oh, that was really nice to me.
I've heard some of the sound. I've heard some of the iconic sounds from the movie, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I have not seen that movie, but I plan to. It's just
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
the one with Gene Wilder, which I think is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
That's Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, that's Willy Wonka.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is the Johnny Depp version.
Okay, whichever one's the one with Gene Wilder, then.
Yeah.
Um, I don't really think I care to see the one with Johnny Depp.
It's just different.
If anything, I'll watch it for amusement, but that's about it.
It's a Tim Burton rendition of it. So
Okay.
it's definitely more on the like weird side.
Yeah. Well, that's Tim Burton. So I'm not surprised by that. Overall, for this movie, anyway, I liked a lot of the side characters. I think they went overboard on I don't remember her name. Noodle.
I don't either.
I think her
Noodle.
name was Noodle. I think they went overboard on her character. Just a tad, but it wasn't too much to the point where it was annoying, but it was enough to where you could see that they had a lot of focus on that character. And
Yeah.
I don't and I think that kind of played a lot into the bad guy and the plot. And I think that was just overdone, kind of a sort of a cliche of making everything too integrated and everything when it's not needed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it
like they
was
like the Noodle and the villain didn't need
yeah,
a connection for the
they
villain to need a reason.
it didn't need to be related at all. And it would have been it still would have been cool for him to find her parents and help her with that. That was still a cool scene, but it was just and a good payoff, but it wasn't needed for them all to like be related to the villain. I didn't quite like that the two other big bads were more so just underhanded stooges. I think they could have been shown as a little bit more competent, but still kind of funny and quirky like they did. I just wish they would have been more competent like the other guy.
I was fine with it just because of how like
yeah.
effective the main one was.
Yeah, I just wish they would have split that up between the three of them instead of just the one, if that makes more sense.
I get that. Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, overall, I enjoyed this film. I went into this thinking, okay, this might be utter trash. This is Timothy Chalamet. I don't know him from anything else other than Dune. I don't know how good this is going to be. He's playing, and I even criticized the trailer. So this is one of the times where I'm eating my own words. But this was phenomenally done.
That's good. Yeah.
And
it's a fun movie. Just overall, it's just fun.
Yeah. I'm not going to say I'm not technically eating my own words. I was just very skeptical because I was like, this is
yeah. No, I'm always skeptical with trailers for the most part.
I'm always skeptical with movies coming out
unless
now.
they nail the trailer. I'm always like,
well, even then, if they nail the trailer, it doesn't always mean it's going to be good. So, but I'm always
because that means they could just show all the good parts of the movie in the trailer.
Yeah, because I mean, I think Batman vs Superman had a good trailer, and it was a crappy movie.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm skeptical a lot now because a lot of movies aren't that great; they're just mid. And this one was good. This one was good. Yeah, I like the side characters, even the underling villains. I thought were funny and quirky with how they did them.
Oh my goodness, the Mrs. Scrubbit.
Yeah.
And the other guy, I thought their bits were so funny.
They were funny. They were hilarious.
Those are some good villains.
Yeah, and I wasn't expecting it.
And the accents, I really love their accents.
I wasn't expecting it to be this good, and I was wonderfully surprised.
Neither was I, yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna give the same ranking as you. I don't think it's not a wonderful out of the way kind of film. It's an enjoyable, fun film. So I think that's something that's been missing a lot lately. So 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and we'll find out what Zach says later. So
yep. Watch him give it like a 4.
I don't know. I don't think he's gonna rank it. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna rank it low. I'd be surprised if he did, but I don't think he's gonna rank it. He might rank it like a 6 or 7. I don't think he's going to rank it at 8 exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it for this week. Join us next week when we'll be watching Zach's choice of Aquaman 2, Aquaman the Lost Kingdom. So Andrew is celebrating his terror anyway. So join us next week for that, and we'll see you next time on Galactic Reviews.